So how many of you are traders and are interested in becoming a day trader, and you're watching this video and maybe you have and maybe you haven't heard that only 5% of people actually make it to become a professional, well, I should say seasoned or experienced traders, all right? Whether you are looking to trade the future markets, Forex, options, stocks, but you really want to try to become consistently profitable, right? You want to make it in this business to sustain so you can make it and do it full time for a living, right? Or maybe you want to do it part time, okay? Maybe you love your job, being employed through some business or company, or maybe the government, whatever it is that's your line of work, and you want to kind of trade or make some extra income on the side. So, maybe I'm talking to a mix of different people out there that come from different, avenues, all right? Those that want to keep the job and make extra money, those that are willing and are tired of working maybe after 20 years or more, or just want to shift and change in life. Maybe you're someone that's young and you're still trying to figure it out and you want to get into trading, but you just don't really know how to or to start it. But your goal is to become a consistently profitable trader, especially, if you'd like to trade futures, right? I've traded nothing else but futures. I'll be honest with you. And when I was introduced to it, I just kind of gathered the idea and clinged to it, and I hung on to that, and I just went, all in. All right, I did as much research and homework as I possibly could, probably more than I'm sure, 10 times more than most people probably have to. All right, because I think that what takes place in a lot of people who end up getting lost in the mix or the sauce is the facts is that they saw themselves already becoming profitable in a sense, and were working or achieving profitability. Maybe they were break even and making some money on a daily basis, because it all comes in steps. You should know this by now. From being not profitable to break even to making breadcrumbs or making or becoming profitable on a daily basis. But once you get to the level to where you're breaking even in a sense, and then you slowly start to make money each and every day, and you see yourself in the green every day, then you should know that you're on to something, okay? So you really start to click. And at that point, I'm not saying stop overdoing or the research part and dwelling so much and scouring the internet, looking for different things. Whatever is starting to work for you, cling to it, okay? Just kind of perfect it, all right? And back test it and forward test it till it really starts to, and just start doing the same thing each and every day, like a ritual in a sense, do it repeatedly every single day, and you start to see that if it started to work, again, to where you will break even and they're making money, just continue down that path. Don't start overdoing it to where you go back to the internet and you start, getting lost and mixed up, and you start to forget what you were once doing and making money. All right, whether you were demo, okay, all right, or live, but you started to prove to yourself that you could be consistently profitable, okay. And I'm not saying it doesn't have to be real money. It could be simulation or demo. But once you've proven to yourself that you can do it each and every day, and you are in the green every day, then that's when you need to stop kind of doing all the research and all the homework, because then you're going to start to confuse yourself, all right? I'm saying that because people do this all the time, is that they want to continuously go online after, and I believe it's the fact is they really haven't identified that they are profitable, so they want to continue adding something on, whether it be indicators, whether it just be more information, whether it be mixing someone else's strategy with their strategy. If you got something that's working for you, from a simple standpoint, stick with it. Do not start to add a bunch of stuff into the pot, okay? Meaning a bunch of other ingredients into the pot to where it really starts messing up the recipe, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So what I want to talk about today, really, I know I'm kind of taking a little longer than normal to get into the point. But I want to talk about today is, what does it really take to become a profitable trader, especially in the future markets? Because that's what I trade each and every day. And I trade supply and demand. I try to keep it as simple as possible. Because that's what it really boils down to be. Again, when you start mixing everything together and having all these different indicators and all this different research of information that, hey, I saw this person doing this, I saw this person doing this, I'm going to take this. No, just kind of slow your pace down, find something that works, and stick with that is what I want to say. So, but first and foremost, you've got to understand and not how to read the market. I'll say that. I'm going to talk about that until I'll probably end up making my last video years down the road somewhere, or whatever the case is, or maybe I'll never stop. I don't know. But market structure is the key ingredient to everything. It is it's the binding agent that brings everything together. Understand that. Without understanding how to read the market, the flow of it, that's pretty much all market structure is. Are we breaking structure? Are we not breaking structure? Just understanding the different levels of structure that we're breaking, whether it's minor or major. You got to understand things, because that's going to help you identify the shifts within the market. Okay, are we moving higher, moving lower? You should all know by now. If market structure is just the market making higher highs and higher lows, shifting, reversing, breaking structure to the downside, just being able to follow that flow. And if you can stay in tune with the flow of the market, then you'll find yourself on a way to becoming an inconsistent trader, because then you know, I'm trading in the right direction. Okay, I know what supply and demand is already, but I'm trading in the right direction. And if we are bullish and the market's pulling back to a key area of demand, I'm going to go long. Okay, part of my strategy, in which I talk about across the channel, I know a lot of you like to call me a teacher or a mentor, or whatever the case is, and I thank you for all those kind of things, but I don't consider myself to be. I'm just someone that's sharing my experience and how I trade, all right? So many people trade different ways, but my style of trading works for me. It may not work for you, okay? But we have plenty of individuals that are part of our community. When I say that, I mean on Discord and here on the YouTube channel, everyone that's a sub or subscriber. And if you're not a sub right now, I would highly recommend that you go ahead, click that subscribe button now, become part of the team, spend some time watching the videos. The strategy is really easy. I'm going to be honest with you. The video today is not about the strategy, but I'm just letting you know that it's pretty easy, okay? If you spend some time, because all you're doing is we're using multi-charts pretty much, basically two charts. Marking up a higher base chart, supply or demand zone, and using a lower base chart to get into a trade. So I talk about the strategy in great detail in so many videos here on this channel, but I really go into great detail about these trades that I take as far as the breakdowns. If you are an elite member, then you already know. If you're not an elite member, you want to become an elite member and get the trade breakdowns while walking you through trade setups. We're talking about my mindset, what I was thinking leading up to a trade, stop loss placement, target profits, things of that nature. Trading all around supply and demand. If you want to become an elite member, that link is down in the description portion of the video. Scroll down, you'll see it right below the Discord link. Click on it. 2 tiers will pop up. Make sure you choose the one for $6.99 a month. That is all it takes, okay? And then you have access to those videos, breakdowns, as well as the video playlist, and I think some other content that I've added as well. I know one video that in particular covering market structure. So, but outside of that, you have to understand market structure. Being able to read price action as we're approaching or pulling back to zones, okay? The strategy, again, you can learn it or understand it, go through it, educate yourself about it through the channel by spending some time watching the videos. But becoming a consistent, profitable trader when it comes to the future markets, it's really, do you have what it takes? You know what I mean? Are you someone that's very patient, all right? Or are you always clicky trying to get in and out of a trade all the time? Always feeling the need that you have to be in a trade all the time. Look, you got to understand one thing. This business is not like other businesses, okay? You have to be very methodical. You have to be, how do I want to say it? Treat this thing almost like a lion in a sense. We are waiting for an opportunity, for our prey to really show its hand. And when it does, we're going to jump all over top of it and we're going to get into a trade. But you got to wait and sip. Look, what I found in years of doing this, the greatest opportunities come out of those that are the most patient, meaning sitting back and waiting for the opportunities to unfold and then attacking them, all right? And some days, a great setup may not unfold. Some days you may get into one or two small little scalps and you just have to close the charts for the day, back away, because maybe a good setup didn't kick off. You have to know when to get in and when to get out of a trade and be done for the day. My goal at the beginning of the year was to really focus more so taking one good solid trade setup, no more than two, okay? And that's what I've been kind of practicing since the beginning of this year, because that also has allowed me to become more patient and look for better setups, okay? And be able to read the market the way I need to. So patience is key. It is everything to trading, and be honest with you. And if you're not a patient person, I think you need to run up to the nearest 7-Eleven or store somewhere and maybe purchase some, okay? I'm just being facetious, but I'm really trying to let you know that you've really got to master yourself just like you got to master the charts, okay, and understand what's going on, you got to dig deep to see where your flaws are within the market. I mean, not to say the market, but within yourself to see, do you have what it takes? Are you going to be in that top 5% to become a profitable trader? All right. You've got to start, like how we got to weed out certain trade setups and say, nope, that's not a good one. That's a low probability setup. This is a high probability setup. Just like that, within ourselves, we've got to start writing things down that we see that are flaws and working to attack them and, basically just become a better person, to become a better trader in a sense. All right. And patience is a very, very key aspect. If you're someone that gets triggered by, losing money in a sense, and you feel like then you got to get right back into a trade, then you're not thinking clearly. So if you're someone that's a not a clear thinking type person, then and very have a problem with being irrational, then you need to stop, okay, and really start to maybe gain your own composure, start to iron out all the psychological problems that you may be dealing with or suffering from. Because I'm telling you, 90% or more of this business of trading is really understanding and learning how to master oneself. Okay, controlling your own psychology. 10% of it is just the other 10% is just really mastering the market, knowing how to read, and because you don't need all the indicators. I'm gonna tell you that now. If anybody's trying to sell you and push you on, hey man, you need this indicator, or you need this one here because it's going to give you a signal, let you know exactly where to get in, then that's up to you. If you want to buy those type things or whatever the case is, you don't need them. I'm just telling you that right now. You can be able to understand and read the flow of the market by simply just following the charts, following price movement. As you can see, what I have loaded to my charts is just the volume profile. Okay, I like to see the peaks, the valleys, to understand where the volume is being created at any given period, whether it's 10 days back or just within a certain swing area, because as I scale this in and out, you can see volume is created, volume is taken away. So, volume, I like the volume profile. I've been using it since almost day one. So, not telling or trying to sell anyone to use the volume profile, but to me, it's just volume's everything. You should know that by now, because the idea of when there's no volume in the market or volume is a lot lower, then you should know that there could be the market can move quickly through an area, all right, push quickly through it. But when there's a lot of volume in the market, okay, we have a possibility where we have more volatility in a sense. Volatility can be good as long as it doesn't get kind of crazy volatility in the market, or the market is racing or whatever the case is. But we need the volatility, we need the volume, we need those type things to really push and pull the market. But getting back on what I was saying here, to become consistently profitable, you've got to iron out all your kinks as a person, to know who you are as a person, because maybe this business is not going to be for you. Plenty of people have tried this and they walked away from this business because, one, they weren't prepared. Two, they lost a bunch of money, lost a taste to come back and try to do it again. So if you are someone that has the money already, I would highly recommend taking baby steps to understand and learn trading, okay, how to read the markets, and to master a strategy, all right, and draw yourself out a trading plan. Trading plans are individual plans for each and every person, that it can consist of different things, in reference to the strategy that you're actually trading, in reference to the times, frames as to what you're actually going to trade. It's a mix of different things. Are you going to trade Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? Are you going to trade Monday, Tuesday, Thursday? Those type things. Are you going to trade the London session or the New York session? Just a mix of different things. All right. So you have to, and the list goes on. So you have to figure out for yourself. But what I'm trying to say, ultimately, it is definitely a profitable way. Okay, and it becomes easier in time, because the more you do this, the more the setups become evident if you know what you're really looking at. And you can get into one good trade a day or two good trades and be done, okay? And like most people are working 8-10 hours a day. We're talking 2 hours tops, and you done made more than someone's made in those 8 or 10 hour days, okay? I do it on a daily basis, okay? Honestly, like it's not that hard, but it comes with time. It comes with experience. You have to become seasoned over in time. But the beauty about trading today that a lot of people don't know about, and it wasn't afforded to me when I started, was micro futures. All right. Yes, depending on the size and the number of contracts you trade, commissions can be slightly higher than someone that trades 1 or 2 contracts on the E-minis. But when it comes to the amount of money that you have to actually leverage, because the tick value is smaller, you're not leveraging as much and taking on as much risk when it comes to trading micros. But micros is a great way to get your feet wet and to get a good understanding of the markets without leveraging or putting on or taking on so much risk in the market. So I'm just here to tell you today that if you really want to become a consistent and profitable trader, if it is your passion to do so, figure out what it really takes. All right, learn the core elements of market structure and price action. Iron those things. Master those things and iron out the kinks that you may have if you suffer from something psychologically. Go online, look up some of the psychological factors. All right, factors that traders in general may suffer from, or there's a mix of them on there. Online you'll find and say, oh yeah, I have an issue there, I have an issue here, and then work through those things. Okay, a lot of people have always told me and sent me a message saying that, and thank me and saying, I'm so glad you talk about patience, because it is very important. Yeah. Because if you're not, you're going to always, like I said, you're going to be clicking that mouse to want to get into a trade at all times, and not waiting for the right setups. Okay, so there's a list of them out there. So it takes time, and some people it takes years. Some people it takes a few weeks, a few days. It just depends on each individual person. But again, not everybody is made for this particular business. But when it comes to advice, I want to really tell you and state, anybody watching this, stay in the direction of the market. Always use a higher base chart. Okay, not to take your trades from, but to look at that chart to identify which way is the market moving, sideways or up or down. If we are bullish and the market continues to break in structure to the upside, only look to take your trades. On a lower base chart where the market has pulled back to a key area, a key zone. All right, supply or demand, bullish demand. Okay, if we're breaking structure to the downside, constantly on the higher base chart, then look to take trades on your lower base chart when the market pulls back to a key area of supply to go in the same direction to the downside. It's a bit of advice. I mean, it's just a simple tip there. So the breaker structures are key to my strategy and how I trade. It's really important because it's telling me when I see structural breaks that it's basically letting me know about order flow. Okay, the market's continuously breaking structure to the upside. The flow of the market is still bullish. Orders are still coming in to push the market higher. All I'm doing is looking for key areas to where the aggressive selling took place to the upside and pull them back to, and in reverse when the market is moving lower. Okay, so that's all I'm looking for. All right, anybody that trades supply and demand, you should know what I'm talking about. All right. And then I talk about as well low probability and high probability setups, in reference to mitigating unmitigated zones. I'll probably do another video on that for those that are watching for the first time. I did a video on that sometime in the past. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'll talk about that because it is a key component to how I actually trade and the strategy and how I trade. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to have a sense of self-awareness of who you are as a person. Do you have what it takes? Are you a very motivational or driven person? I'm not saying, oh, I'm chasing money, I want to get out here and chase the dollar. No, I'm just saying you have to be a very rational, forward-thinking person, very patient, and being able to just kind of just sit back and wait for things to actually unfold and knowing when to take those opportunities. All right, if you're not, this may not be the business for you unless you can again kind of gain control of the issues that you may be suffering from. So I think that those that are people who are truly successful traders, they are confident in who they are. They know what it really takes to be consistently profitable, and they are willing to know that some days are just not going to be trading days and know when to step away from the table. That's the problem with most people, is that they keep pushing the envelope. All right, they keep pushing it. Got into a bad trade, let me do another trade, and all you're doing is digging yourself a deeper hole, getting deeper and deeper, and then you can't climb yourself out of it. Again, I said this a day or two ago, I believe. I said that, I commend those people and who actually take a trade, and either they win or lose. If they win, they're done. If they lose, they're still done. Okay, because then you're really conscious about your own capital, and you're conscious and knowing that, hey, today wasn't a good one, I'll take the next one tomorrow. Okay, I'll look for that. Another setup. Okay, to make up from the difference of what I lost yesterday, and keep it moving. But the goal at the end of the week is to be green. I like to be green daily. But I know that people who are just starting off, it's something that you may not always be there, okay, or get there fast enough, or you're still trying to figure it out, okay. But at the end of the week, I would say set a goal for yourself to really to be wanting to be in the green, okay. Meaning at the end of the week that you were green on the end of the week and you were making money, all right. So but don't dig a hole for yourself that a hole bigger than than you need to climb out of, because then you will be red for the week, and then you're trying to you'll be scratching your head trying to make up and figure out how you're going to make it up what you lost from the previous week into the next week. So anyway, just some key pointers, some advice here on what does it really take to become a consistent, profitable trader in this business of futures, and doing it week to week. So take care. I'll see everyone in the next video. Today, is a federal holiday. The markets I believe have already closed, if I'm not mistaken. I know they closed at 1 Eastern time, 12 Central time, okay? But we'll open back up this evening, and then we still have Thursday and Friday, okay? So I appreciate everyone. If you're first time viewer, please take the time to go ahead and sub and click the subscribe button below. Make sure to turn your post notifications on so you never miss one of the uploads. And if you're interested in becoming an elite member and gaining access to the trade breakdown videos and the video playlists and things of that nature, then just scroll down to the description portion of the video. You'll find that link there. As well, you'll see a link for our Discord community. Now, the Discord is free. Click on it, and you can invite yourself in free. Take care. If you found value in today's video, I know it wasn't a trade, me talking about or being on the charts today and going through, examples. Today was just kind of a me to you conversation, and let you know that, hey, I know if I can do it, you can do it. And if there's other people out here that are making money and becoming profitable on a daily basis, week to week, then you can do it just as well. But you know yourself better than anyone else, so figure those things out that you need to figure out and master so you can become profitable and make good money every day. Take care. See you in the next one.